Ah, my chips are gonna fall. Thank you. Oh, the game is out. The Jays games is out. Lenses. Little shaking your head. I'll lose my groceries. Out. We're live. I'm gonna wipe my lens. Impromptu again. That's me. I should call my channel Impromptu. Who's on with me? 10:12 p.m. 23 Celsius, but it feels hotter because it's muggy. I'm losing my groceries. Okay, won't be on too long. Just walking on Remner here. Blue Jays game just got out. So, hey Dave from Niagara Falls. How's it going? Must be muggy over there too. I don't like I'm streaming straight on YouTube. I should have did it through Prism. I don't even know why I did that. Darn it. Should have streamed through Prism. I find like when I'm streaming straight on YouTube, it looks so close up, but I know it isn't when I watch the replay. I know it's not. But just a little short one here. I'm gonna just show you because I thought, oh, this would be great because of the crowd. There we go. Just walk through this. I wiped my lens, but it's what is this guy doing? These pedestrians would let the guy turn in, like this woman. This woman, go, let him go. Come on. He's gonna block the traffic. Oh, people. These people. Go back to the country. Go back to the 905, the rural roads, people. Sorry, I don't want to insult others that are decent and considerate. Peter's here. Hey, Peter. Just an impromptu. I had to come out and get something, so I'm just walking the streets for now. I wasn't planning to stream, so I don't have anything, like I'm holding the phone. I'm not going to be on live for too long. I just wanted to share the crowd. Everyone's getting up from the Blue Jays game. So I'm like, let me stream. MultiTask. Okay, I'm going to wipe the lens again. I don't like it looking like that. Hang on, I'm wiping the lens. I'm just gonna see. Okay, that's better, I think. Whew. Panago pizza. I've never had their pizza before. Oh, shit. This is a Shih Tzu. Shih Tzu. Mighty tall. They are flashy, flashy. Good evening. Oh, Dawn. Good evening to you. How are you? Just impromptu. Won't be long. Ooh. Good looking, mean looking dogs that this girl has. Is it our green? I can't tell. I can't tell. Dawn, I missed you on my premiere. I know you're probably busy. Are you working these days or something? I had my premiere for my smash burger. I'll try to do more bloopers. It was fun. Oh, and I got copyright. Nobody told me that you were able to hear the music when I went to the washroom. Ugh. But it's really faint anyway, but it picked up. I should have known better. I should have turned on my own music for that. Now I'm probably going to get copyright now, too. Yeah, I'm not streaming tomorrow, that's for sure. I'll do another premiere. I'll be editing, cleaning. I have so many home projects, like cleaning, reorganizing, rearranging. Ongoing, you know? It's like, yikes. Oh boy. How are they allowing this crap across the road? I don't know. Sorry, I'm not going to show it. Yeah. Rain, rain, rain. I had an appointment, but I rescheduled it. I'm not going to go out in this rain for this appointment. Forget it. So, no. I mean, we're in August now. I had so many plans. Like, do this, do that, go here, go there. But wishful thinking, because it costs money, time. I need a day job. I'm kind of in between, but I needed a break from working. Yeah. Tired of working. Toxic workplaces, bully leadership bosses. You have to question how these people get their position, because they're fake. They talk their way or sleep their way into brotherhood of sleeping car porters. Yeah. Peter, can you share the link in the Discord that I am live on MultiTask. Maybe some might want to join. I don't know. Or Dave as well. It is a muggy one. I'm not complaining, but it is a muggy one. Yeah, I don't have my other phone to do all that. That's the thing. But I'm loving these warm summer nights because our we don't they don't last. Put it that way. Our winters are brutal. Yeah, I guess the farmers would the farmers be happy with all that rain? Good for the crops. Yep. How's the weather where you guys are? Ooh, another view. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for sharing. But again, I won't be live for too long. Walk to the next block, get into city place. Yeah. I don't think we really had, growing up, we didn't really, my parents were like really, uh, I don't, we never really had I don't recall, like a strict bedtime routine. No. We never did. I don't think, did I do that for my son? I didn't, wasn't, maybe he should have went to bed earlier, but I always gave him like 8 o'clock. I don't know if that's good or bad, but like, I mean, like, well, when he was younger, of course, earlier, but then, you know, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Well, weekends would be different, but of course, school nights. But I was, it was me that was so, gets, I would be, I'm a night owl, right? So getting up early, get my son to school, we're always late. I don't get it either. Why they start so early? Like, why not start later? And then they get out of school later. It's muggy in the falls, yeah. Truck backing up. Look at this view. Well, they maintain this. This is where from that block over there, actually, the block that we just, to around here, it looks like they've kept it up. This is where I reported the first sighting. Well, I've always, look at this dead tree. Why do we have a dead tree? You know, look at how dead it is. So I reported these 2 blocks. I mean, there's some weeds growing here. Last year, right? And 311 was on it. So, and got some dead looking trees across the way. Shake my head. Why? Yeah. I don't know. Well, I know, but I don't know at the same time. Like these like people in government, like they went to school, they have probably all this degree, like diplomas and degrees and all this stuff, but they still can't get it right. You know? Again, it's all of common sense, but no. They just... Oh no, I got music here. Shoot. I don't know how to mute this. Oh shoot. I got music from St. Louis Bar and Grill. Let me pick up my steps. Oh boy, maybe it won't pick up. I hope not. The street traffic is noisy enough. Okay, let's go. Run. Okay. Yeah. Quit losing. Yeah. Yeah. So I've been looking because like I said, I've been in between. I need a break from the toxic world, and I really don't want to, but I have to because I'm not making any money off of YouTube. So but whew. I think, yeah, they get their foot in the door, and then they're just happy with their paycheck and their pensions and all that. They don't really. Oh, that stream that I was, the one that we were late night talking a couple of nights ago, and I mentioned about this channel, a guy that I clicked on because, and he was talking about being lonely and all that jazz, right? So just before heading out today, I was clicked on one of them, and I was like, okay, I am turned off with this guy. He sounds like a creep. Sounds like he's going through a divorce, I think, and then he's talking about dating Asians, and then Asians, all they want is money. Chinese. He actually said Chinese. I was gonna leave a comment, but I'm not gonna bother. I'm gonna just say not interested to see him in this on my homepage, because all these other things came up too, this similar topics, and I'm like, ew, why? I would never clicked on any of this before. Anyway, so he was carrying on about Chinese women, all or Asian women, all they want is money from men, and it's like, no, it's the opposite. And then but then what do men want from women in general, females, right? They want the cookie. But anyway, I don't want to get into it because we're not being on here for too long anyway. I have to get home. We're at City Place, Brimner. So still walk home. But anyway, yeah, so the guy kind of like creeped me out. He was going on and on. He sounded like yeah, no wonder he's lonely now. Sounds like a miserable middle-aged man. Anyway, I was gonna share his channel on Discord, but now I'm not. Hell no, he sounds oddball. And he's going through a divorce, and he's talking about all this stuff. But there is something I want to talk about when I have more time. Look at this idiot. Where are you going? SUV. Oh. All right. 22 minutes. Yeah, so I'm like, ew, sounds. And again, everyone, yeah, it takes two to tango. And yes, there are females, and then it's not just Chinese. Females are gold diggers, right? And there are men that are gold diggers. So it all depends, you just have to, learning from my experience, because my son was not that I had money, but he didn't pay out. He was a deadbeat. How about that? So, and me, and women think, oh, I'm going to change him, blah, 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 bullshit. And then, yeah. And then it was another thing, too, hard to get out, because he turned out to be a subtle stalker. It was a stalker at the end. So, a wacko, yeah. I'm like, ew. And he's going on. Like, but you're the idiot for wanting, like, anyway, like and then he's voicing his opinion like that on his channel. And it's like, wow. And then for sure you can do a good background check. See what that turkey's all about. Anyway, so, but no, it's in every race. But if you come across somebody like that, that's a red flag. No excuse. Get their effing out of there, which I should have known that when I was younger. But every time I try to get out of that situation, my son's father was always like stalking me. So I lived in fear. But he ended up turning out to be the friggin' coward anyway. Once I spoke up and stood my ground, like, it took me 7 years to just like, okay, if you want to beat the shit out of me, beat the shit out of me, and then you'll be, behind bars. Like, yeah. Yeah. Imagine 7 years living in fear. And then, but now it's like, nope. Now I speak up. So that's where I got the feistiness now, right? Hey, Peter. He's knocked the wind out of me when I wanted to break up with him. He threw me down onto his futon bed where there was no like spring. So he basically threw me on the ground. and then he knocked the wind out of me. I was gasping for air. I was like and then once I regained everything and I got my air back, you know. I don't want to get into too much detail, but there was more after that. So that was like, okay, I'm screwed now. I'm trying to like tell my sisters and like back then in it was 91. I had my 91 the year, and you know, it's still like a taboo thing, right? People around me were in denial, thinking I was the biatch. But meanwhile, he was good. These guys are clever. These manipulator. He manipulated. He is Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. He was good. He played the pity me card, just like this guy that on this video. Because I even said, not this one about him going on about Asian or Chinese women, but a video just before that I watched, and I left him a comment. I just said, you know what? This is starting to sound like a pity. Like, what did I say? Well, I know I said self-pity. I did say something else. I can't. It'll come. I don't know. I can't remember. I remember saying self-pity. I'm like. Anyway, it's one of those things. I never talked about my thing, right? Like or if I did, I never got the support from family or my sisters. Like my sisters no, I never got any support. All this is my own. Finally, learning to listen to my own inner self voice and everything, and finding self-help books, because you do doubt yourself because the people around you that you think that are supposed to be your love and support, but they're not even together themselves, so they don't know how to handle it. So then you start doubting yourself, thinking, is it me? Am I the one that's crazy? No. That's why when people, and then there's a lot of people that are too afraid to open up and share, because I'm the type, like, I'm a good listener. I don't judge. I don't, because if you share, some people will turn around, oh, how can you stay in a relationship that long? How can you put up with that? Like, and that's when you want to say WTF, Or is it WT? Yeah. No, not that's what the fuck? No, shut. It's STFU. Censor. Shut the up. Right. So. Anyway, I've talked about this before. I mean, I'm still not healing, but still learning from it. Like sometimes like a light bulb comes up on my head and I'm like, oh, this is what happened or that happened, or, I'm like rethinking, that's my way of healing and make, understanding, put it that way. Anyway, that's why, and then there's times that I got out, but he wanted the key. I felt like I was trying to break up with him. Oh yeah, that time when I cycled down wood, and I was trying to remember where that basement apartment was, and I didn't share why. What that was my first apartment. My kind of trying to escape the relationship, and I was trying to like. This is how sicko he was, right? See, my son doesn't know this. Oh, they don't, or his half sister. You know, they've bought into his pittiness. They bought into his like, woe is me. No one's giving him. No one's given him the what a break in life. This is a guy that's like much older than I am, and whatever. I don't know if I want to get into this too much, but anyway. You think it's good to share? Yeah, I'd rather share this on this channel, not on my Out and About channel. I have shared it on Out and About, but I'm trying to make this channel like multitask a bit of everything, you know? So, yeah. So, but it took me 7 years. It was money, so I've shared it like my older sister at the time. Yeah, I have to say my older sister helped me financially. She gave me first and last month's rent. And I've shared this before, and that was like, this is after I had my son, so 92. People frowned upon single mothers then, right? And, you know, they pity. I don't never want to pity. I always say, don't pity me. Like, I'm not asking somebody to say, oh, you poor thing. No, my son's father would be, that's his character. He's the one that wants people to pity him. Oh, you poor thing. Like he's the victim, right? Yeah. It was on my 20, like I said, after when I was healing, I was learning, and I'm like, he robbed my 20s. He robbed my 20s. I'll repeat, he robbed my 20s. Because he took because I put people on the same pedestal. Is that the right thing? I think everyone's like me. Like a nice person, loyal person, honest person type of thing. I put people on that same level, but then they screw me over. All right. So, anyhow, so yeah, 7 years. So yeah, so I mentioned this before, like it was hard to find a one bedroom with my son. Oh, look at these beautiful dogs. And anyway, I did, and I got out, and that's where the healing started. It took me a while. The first couple of years, I was still like thinking I needed my family support, but they weren't giving me support. I was like they were making me go cuckoo. like anything I talked about, or like not just that in general, like I'm having a conversation with you guys now. Mind you, you guys can't really talk back, like I don't hear you guys, but you can type in. But if I have a chat with somebody, and like they cannot just listen and take it in, or say it is something anything I said, they said something opposite. It was like a huge struggle. Hey Picard, how are you? It was a huge struggle, tug of war in words and stuff like that. Took me a lot of books, not a lot, but I'm not a big book reader, not novels. I like self-help books, motivational books, but I haven't read a book cover to back in a long time, because I get distracted too much. But I read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. That's more for business, I think, by Stephen Covey. I found it was 2 books. I read an article, like in a small article in a newspaper thing, not the Toronto Star, it's just like a community paper. This woman, I forget, it wasn't something to do with business, and then she quoted 2 books. So I went out and found it, and I'm like, Stephen Covey I did not finish, but it's a harder read for me, but I still have it, but some of it made sense and whatnot. But it was, and I've said it before already, Awaken the Giant Within. And I know it's not the guy that, Tony Robbins, the big teeth guy that had his info commercials and stuff. I don't care for the guy. Like, when I didn't know who it was. Like, I just wrote it down, went to the bookstore, and when the guy showed me it, and I was so embarrassed to buy it because his face was on it. I'm like, ew, never liked his info commercials. But I bought it, and I started reading it, and it was my best friend. It helped me so much. It was a easy read because I related to it, and I'm like, it's one of those things that you're starting to read it, and you're like, that's what I've been saying. That's what I've been talking about. That's what, like, I'm not crazy after all. Like, because then if I've been share some ideas before the book. I have, some good ideas, and I'll share stuff with fans. They couldn't give. Not that I'm looking for credit, but I'm looking to be heard. That's it. We all want to be heard, don't we, in life, right? We all want to be heard in life, but there's those people that are not good for you in your life that are, what's the word? I've been saying it. Give me a second. Invalidating you. They invalidate you. Or gaslight. There's a lot of people that gaslight. There's all these. Those are the two latest things that gave, like I said, I'm still figuring out myself too. Like, we should always be figuring out ourselves throughout our life, right? So I came across some other, like, quotes or articles, and it was like, oh yes, that's what I have around me, is people invalidate me, or they insult my intelligence, or Yes, very good book. I highly recommend it. I read it back to back. Before, I haven't gone back to it, but I use it as a reference. I'll go back and reread the whole book again, or, and then if I reread the whole book, I'll, like, highlight it or put brackets, like, where I relate certain things. It's a good read. Or get the audio. If you don't want to read it, get the audio. There's some things I could, maybe have a live stream on here one day with the book in my hand and read some things that I related to. And I'm like, oh. So I see, now I learned, and I talked about this before, don't lend out your books to anyone. I learned a big lesson. I lent that book out to somebody, and they lost, or they missed. What? See, that boggles my mind. That boils me up too. When people don't respect people's belongings, like, why? So if you lend somebody something, you expect it to be returned back, right? Or if they lose it, they should replace it. But no, they don't. So I lent that book out to somebody, and then he gave it to his business partner or buddy, and who knows, they didn't take care of it. And did you think that they would have replaced it? No. So that was my big lesson. I will never lend out clothes or books to anyone anymore. If I talk, people will ask for it, and I know you can get your own book. So that's why. So I went out to get a second copy now, right? And then I'm like, no, will I ever lend out a book again? Yeah. So that's what I recommend. If you're lost. You're not lost, but if you're unsure about things, whatever, and you're like tired of hearing negative things from your closest friends, like your families and stuff like that, step away from them. Pick up that book and read it. I would read it on the subway, go to a bar, have a drink, have that book with me. Oh, it was great. I was riding the subway reading it, and some business guy, and he was in a business suit, saw me from sitting across the way, and he started up a conversation, and he really enjoyed the book too. So yeah. So there you go. 40. Okay, I'm gonna say my goodbyes. I have to go. I have to still walk back home. All right. Almost 11 o'clock. Okay. Peace. Have a good night. Thanks, Peter, Don, Pickard, Dave from Maine. Thanks for sharing. And everyone else that's watching. Not that I have many views here, but that's okay. Good night. Have a good night. We'll continue this. We'll continue this. We'll continue this conversation. Have a good night. See you guys. Ending.